So let's separate you've got the investors on one side and the homeowners on the other side. Homeowners, we speak a very different language. So homeowners is very much a sales, it's a manual sales process. There's no blockchain involved. There's no technology involved, really. We advertise, we have a very large number of people that approach us really because they need money. They can't get loans or they don't want to get loans. So there's a real demand from homeowners. So we do a lot of advertising on social media and Google, and if you pop in home equity investment or home equity agreement, hopefully we should appear in there somewhere. And we speak to the homeowner and we gather the information as if we're talking now. We talk to them about what they need, what they're really looking for. Is this suitable? Do they understand what this is? And there's a fair amount of education that happens on those calls. But once we go through the process, and it's a contract, so we go through it step by step. We make sure they understand how the contract works. We make sure that they are who they say they are and they have what they say they have. And there's an underwriting process. But at the end of it, contract is complete. It's protected by a lien on title, by something very similar to a deed of trust. So we've got that asset-backed investment. And what we then do is we have an investor already lined up who buys that investment, who effectively funds that deal with the homeowner. Now, the question is, what does that investor want to do? Does he or she want to keep it? In which case, the only way that investor is going to be able to get liquidity is when the homeowner does something. So they're only really locked in depending on what the homeowner does. They can't force the homeowner to do anything unless the homeowner does something silly, like blow the house up or something. But they're really so the answer is yes, you are sort of locked in for the duration of the deal, but the homeowner really has the opportunity to refinance the deal, buy it back, or sell the home. So in most cases, these deals tend to liquidate after about 4 to 5 years. That's what sort of people move, they refinance, and they take out a longer duration agreement, something like that. But you are free with our platform to put it onto the platform at any point, in which case the value of the contract at that point goes to you and the new owner gets the rest of the value. So you're selling the contract with the embedded value at that time. So let's say the property's gone up a bit, there'll be some value in the agreement. So the new buyer is going to pay you what the agreement is currently worth. And you might agree to discount it a little bit if you want to sell it quickly. But the new owner buys the agreement. So we transfer all of the rights of that agreement to the new owner, and then they hold it until they decide to sell their shares. Or if the homeowner sells, then the capital that the homeowner pays under the agreement goes to the new owner. Sure. So yes, you are locked in, but it's not like a fund where you're locked in for 10 years or, it's a 10-year instrument. So you could be locked in for 10 years if the homeowner doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but that's so interesting. The ability to arbitrage even within your own agreement is really, really interesting. And depending on, to your point, like the underwriting and the timeline for what's going on there and what we're foreseeing. So, and I assume that you can see the underwriting, you can pick some of these deals, like, picking in Denver.
Exactly. And all of that documentation is wrapped into the agreement and wrapped into the token. So you can, as an investor, you can see all of that. So you can, look behind the scenes and see how this thing's actually put together and whether you like that or not.
That is very, very interesting.